Hey, it's BGB and welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen, to Day 10 of Bloodborne. This is kind of the playthrough we were doing before Pokemon Pokopia. Before Pokemon Pokopia released. And we're pretty far into it. We've only got a few more bosses left. So I had some extra time today, so we're just going to be continuing it. So yeah, welcome into the stream, everybody. We are multi-streaming on both Twitch and also youtube.com/Grohlvana. Forget what we had the negative decibels on, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so I think where we left off, we were literally about to start a boss. We were literally like right at a boss. Also, what do we need to level up here?
Go. Very well.
About double that. Do we really have no blood vials? I thought we like grinded blood vials at the end of this. Yeah, so let's grab some blood vials real quick. So we could do that one grind. Which one was that? Wet Nurse's Lunarium, and then I'm assuming you can work your way backwards from here. Okay, so we gotta grab ourselves some monies so that we can buy a whole bunch of blood echoes. I mean, honestly, the next boss we could probably do without a blood echo farm. Without some blood vials here. But we might as well do it. It's not a big deal, you see. Something is super messed up on my side, so if I can't see chat, that is why, just FYI. Twitch looks okay, but YouTube's kind of messed up here. I think you guys can see me, but I don't know if I can see y'all. I guess I can. Yo, what's up, Emily? Welcome in. How was your day? Since we talked, probably like 3 hours ago or so, all I did was go to the gym. I had a really good workout. Did some voice acting stuff. Ow. Ow. Okay. Yeah, just did some voice acting stuff and also got in a good upper body workout. So far, so good. Oh, why are you broken, YouTube? All right, if there's any issues with the YouTube chat, just FYI, it's kind of like freaking out. But it should still be working through my software, so we'll just see if that continues. Well, let's get these piggies sent to the market. Hi-ya! Ooh, almost got me. Jesus. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll just kill this last pig over here. What's going on with you, man? What's going on with you, man? Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back here. I'm going to try logging out of my YouTube channel real quick. It is acting super weird. Okay, I think we're good now. Yeah. Okay. I think everything's good. Let me know if there's any issues with the volume or with the chat or anything. Please and thank you. All right, let's head back to the top of this. What's up, Mark? We got some bosses left to go because we got to do 4 DLC bosses. I actually forgot about one. Yeah, 4 DLC bosses, 2 of which we are right at right now. A third we can do now as well. And then the last one we'll have to go through an entire area. And then after that, we just have the final 2 bosses literally right over yonder. But we have to save them for the end. Channel me blood echoes, please. Vitality, endurance, strength. Let's go strength. Thank you. Let's go over here and let's buy some blood vials times 28. Okay. And then we're gonna go back to the DLC, which is over this way. I think we would have done this, right? Understand. Research hall, I think is where we're going. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at the church pick too. Shoot. Yeah, we should at least read the description of that. The dang orphan hasn't been done. No, where we last ended before Pokemon Pokopia came out and took over the stream was right before the living failures. And that's what we'll be doing now. What's up?
Oh, hello. Not a pretty sight, is it? The true face of the blood-worshipping, beast-purging, healing church. But that's not all. You seek the secrets held by the nightmare, do you not? Then here's what you must do. Climb the astral clock tower and kill Maria. She hides the real secret.
I see.
Go on. Kill Maria atop the astral clock tower. She hides the real secret. Go on,
But how can I kill a woman that is literally within my own tattoo? Okay, I always forget how to navigate this place. We also never got the key down to this thing down here. Also, let's read the description of the church pick, which we need 14 skill to wield. Oh, it's a skill weapon. If it's quality, then I might be able to do it. One of the old trick weapons of the Healing Church, a hunting weapon formed from one of the giant picks that appears in old beast tales. The church pick initially serves as a large sword, but when transformed, functions as an extended war pick. In spite of its origins, it is a highly practical weapon. So I'll have to check and see if that's quality or not, because otherwise I don't think we'll be able to wield it this run. This, I'm forgetting how to enter. Okay, so I gotta find a way to get to the... Don't remember that being a thing. Gotta find a way to get to the top. We can also give her some brain fluid.
Please, I need... Oh. Oh. It's one... Oh. Oh. I'll have you know, so do come. Oh. Oh. I'll have you know, so do...
Why is she not actually giving me her blood? I'm assuming we have to give her one or more to be able to do that. What's up, Ghost Ninja? Yeah, basically had some extra time today, so I was either going to record, do a big old recording session, or stream. And I'd like to get this close to being done because we were so far into it. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! I don't think there was really anything else we needed to do in the research hall, right? I think we pretty much did everything we cared about, more or less. Alright, so we're looking for that big old door, which I think we can fall down to up here. So where's that big old door at? There. Okay. So, this boss here...
Failed.
Oh.
Please, Lady Maria.
What's going on with you?
I have failed. Please, Lady Maria.
Mm-hmm.
I have failed.
Okay. Alright, so these guys are weird. Kind of a gimmick boss, very similar to the Celestial Emissary. When entering the area, only one living failure will be present. After a few seconds, another one will appear. This pattern will continue until a maximum 4 are in the area. When one dies, another will spawn to take its place. Although there are 4 living failures at any given time, they all draw from the same health pool. If an individual is damaged enough, it will die. They self-organize always. Always, some failures will employ melee attacks, while others summon arcane volleys. Melees will follow you around. Allowing them to attack and dodging out of the way will slow them down greatly. The casters can perform 2 different arcane attacks, Magic Orb and Homing Bolts. The casters only perform melee if the player is in close proximity. They can use headbutts, flailing their arms twice, or slams. During Phase 2, slams can be accompanied by an arcane explosion. Phase 1, they'll start spawning one by one. They will use abilities dependent on their type, melee, or caster targeting the player. Phase 2. When they're 60% health, Phase 2 will start. All of the living failures will stop and raise their hands toward the sky using the Meteor Storm ability. The room will get dark, the sky will turn into the cosmos, after which blue meteors will rain down onto the field. They will not retaliate when attacked during this. Stunning one without killing it may take it out of the cast. Killing a living failure during this attack will still make a new one spawn, which will attack you normally. Oh, the lock shield is especially helpful during this phase. It boasts a high arcane resistance when equipped in blocking. Weird. I had no idea that was even helpful. The boss will now have access to this attack and can perform it any time during the remainder of the fight. Okay. If you run counterclockwise, they will be safe, using the tree as cover. Yeah. I mean, if I remember correctly, this doesn't really have a whole lot of strategy. It's literally just don't get hit by all this shit, basically. I think you have to give her 4 things of brain fluid to get the item she'll give you. You can look it up if you're really keen for the item. We've done all of this, basically, in the Bloodborne 100% on the main channel, on this channel. So I'm not too into doing all the little quests and things, unless they're, like, relatively doable, but... yeah, I don't remember exactly how it works or anything. Okay, let's go. So we'll practice it once. I don't think this will take more than 1 try. One thing of practice. Yo, what up, guys? Hello, hello. 2 2 swipes. Big ol' head slam. Okay, guys. Got a caster here. I think you can visceral attack them if I remember correctly. Should be in phase 2 here in a second. Why are they not doing the thing? Oh my god! So what do they mean run counterclockwise? Was I not just running counterclockwise? Yeah, that's the only thing. They got one thing basically, but I don't know exactly how to dodge it. Usually I think I just use the tree. Because when you've got the tree, it just protects you from it. I don't know what they mean by run counterclockwise. Never mind then, boss time. Let's fight the weird alien dudes who have one very cool attack. How to dodge Living Failures Meteor. Ba 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 ba. They come from one point in the sky, so hide on the opposite side of the tree. If there's a living failure nearby, you can even get free hits. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it comes like from one specific area. Okay, so let's go ahead and guide these bad boys. I forget how low I put this volume here. Let's hope this is good. Ba pa 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 ba pa pa pa. All right, I'll be guiding this boss. I'll see you guys after. 1, 2, 3, exit. Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to another Bloodborne guide, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the Living Failures in the DLC. Basically, this is kind of a gimmick boss, very similar to the Celestial Emissaries from the base game. Pretty much just a throwaway boss that they kind of just included here for lore reasons, I suppose. Yeah, basically what it is it is 4 blue guys that kind of just smack you around. It's one of these fights that's like not really all that difficult, but it's like if you get hit by a thing. I'll call it a pinwheel fight. That's really what it is. Pinwheel from Dark Souls 1 where, you know, pinwheel's considered a joke, but if he tags you, you know, you can get comboed into a bunch of other stuff and just die instantly, basically. They do have one thing, and one thing only, and that is pretty much they will do a meteor attack when you get them. I think they can start to do it at 60% HP and below. They could do this meteor thing where they all stop and they just, like, summon a gigantic meteor. And then that's really the only negative thing. So there are guys that will hit you, and then there are guys that will cast spells. They basically do one big soul arrow type thing, and then they also do, like, a tracking bolt thing. Not too bad. You just kind of have to keep spatial awareness and use the tree in the middle to kind of protect you while you're getting hits in. And then the other guys will just go ham on you all the time, trying to melee you. So yeah, the only thing is once they all raise their hands to the sky, there's going to be a meteor attack that will deal massive damage. What you want to do is locate where the meteors are coming from, and then just put the tree in between you and that point, because the tree will just block all of them. So that being said, let's do it. The living failures. Now, if I remember correctly, you can also visceral them, although I tried doing it, and it didn't seem to work. Also, 4 will spawn over time, so you can get some damage in if you so wish. Let's see if they can be parried, too. They probably can, I'm betting. They're relatively weak. You know, it's really just, again, more of a gimmick fight. Just getting tagged by stuff. Whoops. So we're just going to be hitting them as we can, and they're going to be trying to hit me. And you got to kind of keep a lookout as to where they are, too. You can see, basically, if you just keep the tree in between you and most of them, they're not going to be able to hit you with a lot of the stuff, just because the tree will protect you. So this guy over there is trying to do something, but as you can see, it's just not landing. And now we have all 4 guys, so once there's 4, you're pretty much, they're done spawning. There's not going to be any more that have spawned. So we're just going to basically be rotating, and as soon as they do that meteor attack, I'm going to be looking to the sky to see where the meteor attack comes from. Now, another thing is that you can kill these guys if you deal enough damage to them. Ooh, yeah, I was going to say that. That's going to hurt. Yeah, because we got hit during a move, which means we got counter hit for tons of damage. So yeah, you can kill them if you deal enough damage, but they will literally just keep respawning over and over. There's not really that much of a reason to do that, honestly, unless you just want to interrupt an attack or something. But as you can see, I'm basically getting hit still, even though I'm trying to be pretty careful here. There's just so many things going on. So that's the little version of the meteor right there, and one got through. Yeah, they're tagging me a whole bunch now. Okay, so let's get a little bit better spacing here, because these guys are being absolute jerks. Whoop. You can see you can interrupt their magical attacks, by the way. And you can also see they're pretty damn beefy, honestly. Like, they actually have quite a bit of resistance, at least to the strength build I'm using. So we dealt enough damage to him, so he's dead. But there's going to be another one that spawns. And yeah, I'm basically just baiting out their attacks, waiting for them to finish so I can get some damage in on them. Always moving, because they're always going to be casting attacks. That guy's dead as well. Always looking behind me to make sure somebody doesn't sneak up on me. That guy is also dead. So yeah, we're dealing a good amount of damage to them to the point where they're not surviving. Anytime they do a magical spell, you can guarantee that they are... Ooh, they are a caster version and not a melee version. Okay, so here they go. So they're doing the call from beyond, or whatever you want to call it. And we're going to roll and find where the meteors are. So right here, whoop, if we get behind the tree, they don't hit me, because it comes from one specific spot. So that is how you avoid that. Just locate where they're coming from, and then make sure that you are not... Make sure that the tree is in between you and the point of origin. You'll be good. All right, so we're going to go like that. Getting in attacks when I can. Always keeping track of the magical users. I'm also going to get to full HP, because if you're not at full HP, they can mess you up with that ability. All right, so we're going to get behind this guy. He's summoning more missiles that are going to chase me here. We're going to make sure that I'm not standing in the same spot. Okay, let's hit this guy with an R2. Yeah, honestly, they have much more resistance than you would think, or more HP at least. Okay, let's go to this guy and do an R2 here. Okay, oof, right into the headbutt. You gotta watch for the headbutts, though. All right, let's heal once, let's heal again. Okay, we're just gonna let him move over to me. Sometimes they swing twice. Okay, he is dead. We're gonna go for this guy on the left now. Barely missed him. Okay, so here comes the call, or whatever you want to call it, the meteor attack. You can see they're pointed towards where it's coming from as well. So that's how you can tell where the origin is going to be from, is where they're all looking pretty much. I'm going to go for a hit on this guy. Big hit there. Okay, I'm going to go for another R2. Ugh. Yeah, you got to watch out, because if you get tagged into one of their attacks, it's going to hurt hard, because their little head slams deal so much damage. Like, honestly, they shouldn't have this much defense. The fact that their health bar is this large is actually crazy. They really have what feels like quite a lot of health. Okay, and you gotta always watch out because they could just be spawning behind you. All right, we're gonna hit this guy with an R2. About 1 or 2 more hits. We're gonna go for it here. 1, 2, 3. I knew we would be able to kill them while the meters were coming down. And that's exactly what happened. We get the Astral Clock Tower key, and then the flower wilts a little bit. So there you go. Basically just a really annoying fight, because it's one of those, it's like, it's not mechanically that intensive. However, you know, one wrong step, they can headbutt you into a magic attack and your day can just be ruined. So it's one of those, just basically always be rotating constantly, always get in hits when you can, because as you can see, even with a maxed out weapon, they still took a ton of hits. And their only thing is the meteor. When they all stop and put their hands towards the sky, you know, just look where they're looking and then put the tree in the middle of you and the meteors, and you'll be all good. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe for more, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Ba 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 bee ba ba boo ba ba boo ba da dee da dee da doo ba da true da da true da dee 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 dee. All right, not too bad. What's up, RPiazza? Yo.
Living failure is what my dad calls me.
You know, I was resisting a joke because I think in the past, every time we've come to this boss, it's so... I think that the common joke is, hey, look, Twitch, it's you, the living failures. Common joke I've seen in other streams and stuff. But this time I resisted the joke, you know? I resisted. I said it's too easy. I'm not going to say it. Thank you, Mark, for the $7 super chat, which I'm assuming was converted from your local currency, because $7.04 is an odd amount. But thank you so much. GG. Okay, yeah, not too bad. Cindy is also home, so I'm going to go say hi to her. Thank you again, Mark, for that super chat. Very much appreciated. And I'll see you guys in just a second. We got another boss immediately right after. Also, RPiazza, what's up? I don't know if I said that or not. BRB. Alright, and we are back. What's up, Janet Jax? Welcome in. Okay, for anybody just joining, we just beat the Living Failures. There was only 3 bosses left in the DLC. Wait, what? Why is this lit already? I didn't light this, did I? I don't remember lighting that. So yeah, 3 bosses left. All 3. I would say the next one's definitely doable. The 2 after that are known as being hard. And then the 2 base game bosses that finishes the game as well. So, let's open this. Open door with Astral Clock Tower key. Yeah, it's weird. They put a boss basically right in front of the real boss. Now that thing up there is the Astral Clock Tower, which is literally what my tattoo is for anybody that doesn't know. That little circle is the Astral Clock Tower, kind of a combo. Bloodborne / Dark Souls tattoo. Okay, so let's return real quick. And then I gotta look her up. Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower, what do you do? My lady, Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. I think we're going to do one more grind real quick, just so that I can get maybe one more level. So let's go back to the Wet Nurse's Lunarium. Phase 1, fights with her Rikuyo, alternating between transformed and untransformed modes, just like Father Gascoigne. She may occasionally use her Evelyn pistol in both forms. Phase 2, stabs herself with both blades, causing a blood explosion, encoding her weapon similar to the Shikage. Her attacks gain extended range and a bloody effect. Introduces several new blood-based attacks. Blood-based attacks in Bloodborne? Who could have saw that coming? Who could have saw that coming? Phase 3, Lady Maria levitates and siphons the blood around her, unleashing a large blood explosion. Her previous attacks now gain a fire property that trails behind each strike, extending their range. If not dodged correctly, you can be hit by both the attack and the trailing fire. Some of her moves in this phase open up opportunities for visceral attacks. Lady We're hitting one of those guys that's in like a 4-man squad there. Lady Maria, Jesus Christ, of the Astral Clock Tower, I've come to put you down. Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. Ow. It's time for you to stop frowning. Okay, so you can visceral her in this 3rd phase. Dodge to your left to avoid most of her attacks. It's possible to parry her through all 3 phases, which is probably the strategy I will implement. It is also possible to stagger her through all 3 phases. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those bosses that, again, is like super aggressive, but you can basically just be massively aggressive too. And it takes her down quite a bit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, dude. Lady Maria. Starting from phase 2, Lady Maria will gain an attack that can unconditionally parry, similar to Garriman's Bullet. When attempting to parry Lady Maria in phase 3, even if it is successful, it is still possible to be hit by the fire slashes of her attack, even though the attack is not complete and the fire effect does not appear on screen. This will damage and stun you. She can easily be moved to phase 3, then skipping phase 2 with 3 to 4 visceral attacks. R1 spam with reasonably quick weapon. After 2 to 4 hits, fire a blunderbuss. The timing will very often result in a parry. Works in all 3 phases, especially if you back her into a wall during phase 1. The only attack that disrupts your flow is her charge attack, but you can often regain your health via rally if you keep spamming. But probably we have way too slow of a weapon for that. Little piggy, oh my god, you almost got me. Oh, look at you with the 1 HP. Look at you, little guy. Okay. So, Lady Maria attacks and counters. Two-handed overhead swing with firearm combo. I don't think we really need to read all of it, because it's probably just going to be one of those where... This is absolutely one where the more I watch it, the more I practice it, the more we'll be able to figure it out. Yeah, she's not too bad. She's a very flashy, very aggressive character. But most of the bosses in Bloodborne like that. Like the final boss, and like Father Gascoigne, and like Lady Maria. It's like they're so aggressive, they're a little bit scary, but if you realize you can be aggressive as well... It's just, I mean, honestly, their aggression is a weakness, because you can just parry them. And that's what we'll try to do here. Huh? Yeah, I'm good. Mwah. Okay, what's up?
Gamino. Very well.
I need some strength, please. Thank you. And then I think we'll just go spend the rest on blood vials. Alright. Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. Let's see what she's got. Hubby.
A corpse should be left well alone. Oh, I know very well how the secrets beckon so sweetly. Only an honest death will kill you now. Liberate you from your wild curiosity.
Nuh-uh. Alright, let's see what she does. Slash over the head swing. Slash, slash, slash. Over the head swing's the best thing to parry. Right there. Yep. Missed it though. Okay, that right there is what we want to do in phase 1. 1000%. Jump attack 2 probably. Yep. Okay, lunge, lunge. Yep. That's easy. That is easy. Jump attack. Hi. Okay. She go into phase 2? Because she's doing like a whole different moveset now. Okay, now she's got dual wield. Whoop! I was gonna say, why is she not doing the over the head thing? Jesus Christ, it's so hard to get away from that. Oh my god. She has an extremely surprisingly large hitbox there. Let's try it again. Man, oh man. That X attack is so fast. Very hard to not get hit. Need to parry that, but I keep not realizing it's coming out. ba 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 ba. Yo, what's up? J-Bob, J-Bob. GV, appreciate having your voice as part of the soundtrack of my life for the past few years. Absolutely. My pleasure, my man. Sorry, I was in some deep focus there. Okay, yeah, she's pretty tough. She's a lot tougher. Like, honestly, if you're trying to learn her, she's way tougher than just going super aggressive. Because she's got so many attacks, but if you can get the parry timing down, definitely doable. That X attack, though, man, that sucks. That X attack is so fast, and then if she just keeps spamming it, there's not much you can do. That right there is what you need to punish, but it's so hard to... Timing is difficult. Right there. That's what we're looking for. It's so hard. But if you miss the parry, you can go in there and hit her a couple of times, though. Bang. Right there. That's what we got to get good at. And then wait for it, and then immediately jump attack. Boom. Yep. Bam. Bam. Yeah, if we get good at that, she's donezo. Because then we can just keep hitting her. No! Where's the jump attack? What the hell are you doing? It's right here. I think you can get behind her and visceral her. I think that's when you want to rush her right there. Woo! It's so funny she gets parried by that, but she still hits you. Expose, Kalos, expose. Never had massive trouble beating her, but I cannot tell you how. She's just one of those, like, you honestly don't need to see all the phases and attacks. Like I said, if you're just aggressive, if you're getting lucky parries or decent parries, you really, like, she doesn't have enough health where you can really see all of her stuff. And that's how I've always beaten her, is just, like, not really letting her transform and use a lot of attacks. If you're really aggressive, you just don't really need to see a lot of her aggression. But, this being a guided video, I want to, like, know exactly what I'm looking for. Would be interested to see how the devs make and test these games to get the perfect level of extreme challenge versus making it actually impossible. I was thinking about that the other day, yeah, because I was like, most of the Bloodborne stuff I can totally do. Like, it's not that much of a problem these days. But I'm like, that's somebody that's played this game, you know, 5, 6, 7 times all the way through. So how would you test it for somebody that's, like, new to where it's doable, but you want to make it still hard and not, like, insanely frustrating? Because I was like, that's the challenge. Because you don't really care if someone's coming back to it and beating it, and then it's easy for them because they just, you know, they're practiced. But for the new player, I think it's, yeah, it's very challenging to find the sweet spot of challenge, you know? All right, let's go. You and me. That right there. Keep missing my window, but whatever. That X attack, man, oh man. It's so difficult because you got to watch her and see if she follows up with it. But if she follows up with a different attack, you end up getting screwed. You little bitch. That X attack, man. Right there. Ugh, but sometimes she leads with it, so it's so confusing. What? Was that not a parry? Bam. So I'm going to try to visceral when she goes into phase 2 here. Which she's probably going to do right here. I really want to see if you can visceral her from the back. I bet she's going to try it. Right here. So get behind her and then go like this. What? Why did it do like a horizontal? What? That felt like... It felt like I was charging an R2 and then it just switched to a normal attack at the last second for some reason, which I swear to God I did not put any weird input in. Is that just the mace? I thought you could visceral her when she's doing that. Because that's actually huge if you can. So if I do a normal R2... Does that just not trigger... I wonder if I have to switch to this. Yeah, that's odd. I thought we had it. Okay. Oh my God, hold on. What the hell? Ah! Sometimes when you visceral people, then you just like attack through them. It doesn't even register. It's so weird. Gotcha. Okay, jumping attack. Bam. Could have parried her right there again. Beautiful. A strategy is forming. Yeah, bam. Okay, so right here. L1. Charged R2. Nope. Absolutely not worth it. Ooh. I really thought that would interrupt her there. But I suppose not. Jesus Christ. Such a cool attack. I love that attack. Okay, phase 3. I'm gonna switch to this and rush her here. Hi-ya! Okay, now let's watch her. Massive attack. I love, man, that looks so cool. I love that. Ooh, she parried me. Wait! God. Okay, pretty good. We just gotta get that last phase down. Last phase has so much range to everything. And whenever something gets that hard, it's usually good to just figure out the weakness so you can exploit it over and over again. Which is the parries, but it's just so much scarier. Ultimately is what that comes down to. You son of a bitch. I always had to look for that over the head, that right there, but she keeps not ending her combos with it. Right there. That's what we're looking for. Don't even know what happened there. Oof. God, the timing is so difficult. Gotcha, you little bitch. That interruption so she doesn't get parried. So annoying. Oh my god. It's so lame because it's like if that stupid fire after effect wasn't there, you could parry her so easily. But it literally keeps interrupting you at the last second. RP as the Elden Ring DLC was close to impossible. Very hard. Very hard stuff. What's up, Casey Batman? Welcome in. Alright, we got our first and second relatively down. It's just that third that I gotta get more consistent here. Start doing the X attack. You know I don't like it. Ugh, X attack. That, oh my god, that aftershock. It's really only the aftershock in the final phase, because it kind of throws the parries out the window, because you get stunned by the fire, which is really annoying. I'm trying to think of a good way to deal with that. It really depends on the attack that she's doing. If she does an attack where you don't get hit by the aftershock, what's the best way to deal with her in phase 3 then? I guess just dodge and go ham. Basically stop going for parries, I guess. Because, yeah, trying to go for a parry if you get interrupted by that fire just really sucks. So we'll try to go aggressive in the third phase then. Jesus. Oof. Dude, yeah. It's really like waiting for her to do the over-the-head attack. Which is difficult because if she does anything else, you're just so screwed. It's one of those things where it's like you have to really look for that exact over-the-head attack, but it's so hard. Okay, so we have no more blood vials. I could just keep practicing her until we get, like, perfect. What's up, Desu? Welcome in. Just gonna make it hard, basically. No room for error. Never ready when she does that over-the-head thing. There we go. Damn it. Only off by like a second. It's always like at an awkward interval. X attack comes out like instantly. How goes the stream and gaming today? Good. We're basically just trying to get down Lady Maria, who's one of these bosses that's like, you could totally just beat her if you weren't trying to get her mechanically down. It's usually how I do it. Not sure what to call those types of bosses. There's bosses where you're just like trying and trying and trying by the skin of your teeth, being able to do it eventually. But this is one of those where if you're aggressive, you can bully her, but it's not the same as learning her mechanically. So that's what I'm attempting to do here, which is relatively easy except for the final phase, where she kind of throws my strategy out the window. Never ready for it. Oof. Gotcha. Gotcha. Come on, baby. Show me that phase 3. Damn it. No confidence. That freaking X, man. If she does it, like, in between or after everything, it just hurts so bad. Ooh! Range on that. Alright, it's pretty impossible to practice that third phase without blood vials, so I think I'm gonna have to get some right now. It's just too annoying. I would love to get it down perfectly to where I don't need them. Boo doo 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 beep 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 ba boo ba beep ba 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 ba. Let's go back. Wet Nurse's Lunarium. Yeah, that's probably the only thing I would change about Bloodborne, honestly, is the blood vials. There's really no point to like have it be like this. It's just annoying when you're trying to practice something. Okay. This guy at 1 HP. Unreal. Become dungeon once and spend it all on blood vials. That's a good idea, honestly. Yeah. I always forget. I've only used that dungeon like once or twice. But that's actually a really much better way to do it than this. Because these guys are so unpredictable, these 4 dudes. And they can just mess up your shit. Okay. Just trying to get some blood echoes, man. Is that too much to ask? It's like so annoying to even hit one of these guys. My actual god. Okay, now we gotta get through the pigs without getting hit. Where's that one rune that like makes your visceral attacks heal your whole HP bar? I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. I was like, he's gonna slam down, it's gonna kill me through the barrier, and I'm not even gonna hit him. Just for whatever cosmic amount of nonsensory needed to happen for that. Alright. Let's try that again. Okay. Cannot believe that took, like, how many tries? Man, oh man. Yo, J-Bob. If you're still in the chat, thank you for that sticker. I literally did not even see it. Yeah, there's no alert for the stickers. So I apologize for not seeing that, but hopefully you're still here. Thank you very much. Very much appreciate it. I have to check and see maybe if they've added... Maybe if they've added the ability to add alerts. Actually, I need to just overhaul everything from Streamlabs to a new website. Because Streamlabs just... I don't even know when the last time it's been updated. But all my stuff is there, basically. So thank you very much for the sticker. Okay, so purchase items, Quicksilver bullets. Let's go maybe like 32. And then these will buy... Let's go like 60. That should be fine. We'll buy more bullets here because that's very helpful for this fight. Okay, so, I mean, like I said, I'm pretty confident I could just beat her, like, whenever, but I really want to get that third phase more consistent. That third phase is really what's a big pain. You know? It's up 5 inches deep. Now that's deep. Porkin'. Porkin', just porkin' along. I said porkin', just porkin' along. I said porkin', just porkin' along my brain. Alrighty, here we go. Lady Maria. That freaking X attack. Oh god, terrible start. Jesus. There it is. Did you know they had gun mods in Skyrim? I mean, they have pretty much everything in mods in Skyrim, so I would have to assume there would be guns. Yeah. I didn't know, but, you know, I would have assumed. Okay, phase 2. Get some free damage. 1, 2, 3. Back up. Oof, okay, don't be greedy there. What the hell did that hit me? Also, how was that not... What the hell? Jesus, okay. I'm trying to be aggressive, but it's not helping me out here much. Jeez Louise. It's like the same exact moveset, but for whatever reason my brain's just like, no, it's harder! But it's really not. It's like the same thing. Okay, very sloppy. Now, let's try to be aggressive here. Let's just try to dodge and not go for parries. Yeah, I mean, if we go aggressive, I think we have it. We just want to be aggressive during this phase. Because we're dealing good damage here. I actually have to be careful I don't even kill her here. One more hit. Yep. Okay. Now let's just dodge her. Get practice dodging. Yep. Just roll straight back. Oof. It's a tough one. Okay. It's not exactly where I want to be, but it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable, I would say. All right, I think we're ready. Might take a few practice guides here, but let's give it a shot. I'm going to take a bathroom break. I will be back, and then we will guide Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. BRB. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-doom, da-da-doom, da-da-do-do-do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to guide Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower, so I will see you after that process is done. Bring, bing, boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, beat. Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to another Bloodborne guide in the year 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for the third, I think, depending on when you fight them, boss in Bloodborne, and that is going to be Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. So, kind of difficult. It's one of those weird bosses where basically, like, if you want to really get good at her, you have to practice her a lot, which I just did. but you can really honestly just overpower her with weapons and parrying a lot of the time. However, I wanted to, like, you know, get good at all the phases. The third phase is definitely my weakest, but we got it pretty consistent. So, yeah. Basically, she has 3 phases. First phase, she's going to fight you with the Rakuyo. She can do 1 or 2-handed, or, you know, untransformed or transformed, just like Father Gascoigne with his axe. And then phase 2, she's going to shove the blades into her and then basically get a blood after effect on all of her moves. You want to deal damage to her when she's doing that, but get away from her before it pops, because it's going to do an AoE. And then third phase, she's going to rise in the air and then get like a blood and fire effect. And basically her attacks have massive range at that point. So my basic strategy here, using the +10 Whirligig Saw and then also the +9 Evelyn, and then also here is our level and build and stuff. My basic strategy is in the first phase, untransformed weapon here, and I'm just looking for parries. When she grabs her weapon over her shoulders and does a deliberate swing, that is the best time to parry, because you can rush in there and get some big damage. And then I'm going to follow it up with a jump attack every time, pretty much, which sometimes she dashes out of. Then if she transforms her weapon, I'm going to try to bait attacks and go for aggressive parries. And then once I see her start to shove her blades into her, I'm going to rush her and deal as much damage as I can before I get out of there. And then I'm always going to be dodging to the left. The left is kind of her weak side. If you dodge to your left, you will avoid a lot of her attacks. And then in the second phase, it's pretty much the same thing as the first phase, except she now has a bigger AoE with her attacks. And then sometimes she'll do like a tornado. It's so cool. And then she'll go straight at you. You just want to kind of look at her and then dodge into her. And then finally, for the third phase, I switch to the transform mode just because it becomes really hard to parry her because she has after effects all over the place that will basically interrupt you. It's really annoying, actually. So I try to just go aggressive at that point. A lot of the time, if she overcommits, you can overcommit and kind of win out in the trades if you just R1 spam her. And yeah, that's basically the idea here. She's still pretty tricky, so we'll see how this fight goes. Wish me luck, and let's do it! Okay, so I'm going to lock onto her, and then I'm basically just looking for the over-the-shoulder attack. I'm going to bait out attacks right there. See, perfect start. So that is the easiest thing to parry. I'm going to lock onto her again, and then immediately jump attack. Unfortunately, I flubbed it, and she did the over-the-head attack immediately. That's what we're looking for every time, that over-the-head, over-the-shoulder attack. Because if she does that, you will be able to parry her pretty much every time. A lot of the time she does not do it, though, so you have to be on your toes. A lot of the time she'll do other attacks, like the lunges there. Now, see, if you ever get her in a position where you can just R1 spam her, she's kind of weak to that. She will really not know what to do a lot of the time. So, again, just baiting out an attack, looking for her to do that over the shoulder. Boom, right there. Parry her again. Gonna lock onto her because it unlocks, and I'm gonna do a jumping attack. Bam, just like that. Now, she's probably gonna want to transform here into phase 2 already. So we're just looking, same thing, over-the-shoulder attack or anything that we can parry. Totally flubbed that roll there, so we're going to try to get away from her. We can definitely R1 spam her there, but I want to make this kind of clean. She'll also shoot you, so just keep that in mind. You do want to dash it if you see it coming out. Okay, so just watching her to see what she does. Looking to see if she does an over-the-shoulder attack or an easily parryable attack. Okay, unfortunately that's a slower move, so we didn't get the parry. Okay, she dashed into us, so yep, double hit on us. So let's kind of restart this. Oh my god, you don't want to take that much damage, that's for sure. Okay, so we have to get away from her. Now, when she's slow walking you like this, great time to heal. A lot of the time she's not going to do anything. And now I want to bait out that over the shoulder. Bam, right there. Saw it, practiced it, boom. Now, we're going to jump attack her, and she's immediately going to want to transform 1000%. So she backs up. 1, 2, 3, and I'm out of here. Good damage there. And I'm going to jump attack her here, too. Bam. Unfortunately missed. All right. So now she's got bigger range. So here comes the Blood Tornado. We're going to dash into her when she jumps over her head and get some R1 spam. And unfortunately, when she does that X attack... Ooh, we need to get out of here. Yeah, when she does that X attack, it's really, really bad. And roll. Oh, I missed that by a pixel. All right. Let's concentrate here down. Okay. Roll. Luckily, we're out of that range. You don't want to be too close to the walls. So there is the over-the-shoulder attack again. She's going to do a rushing slash. Roll. Oop. Got that too early. She's got like basically 3 or 4 different charge attacks, and it makes it so hard, like this right here. It makes it so hard to time the roll because you have to, you know, time it correctly each time. All right, so I'm going to go a little aggressive here. Roll. Okay, nice. Bam, bam, bam. Good damage. Okay, and roll. Bam, bam, bam. She's definitely going to want to go into phase 3 now. Okay. Oof. Last X attack. All right, let's watch her. Oh, I thought that was going to be a parry. Went for an aggressive parry there, and roll. Okay, we're going to heal. She's definitely about to go into phase 3 where we're going to be aggressive. Roll. Okay. Looking for an attack I can parry, and dash into her here. Bam, 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 bam. Now we're going to get away because she's transforming. Big AoE explosion here. And now I'm going to be aggressive and immediately rush her. Okay, unfortunately, she backed away, and roll. Nice. Still got hit by that after effect. So, like I said, we're going to be aggressive here. So, as you can see, you can get around her attacks. Ugh. Whew. Okay, let's roll. Nice. Bam, bam, bam. And I'm backing up here now. She's going to hit me with that. That's fine. We're going to heal immediately. Going to watch her here. Roll that into her. And we still got hit by the aftershock. That's really what is just the worst thing about this. Roll. Nice. We're going to heal twice. Oh, what? Oh, that was such a good guide outside of that. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was going super well. All right, so let's make that a part 1. Oh, that was going super well. That double hit at the end. Okay, let's try this again. Make it even cleaner now. Do, 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 do. Okay, so immediately we're going to lock onto her, and we're going to look for the over-the-head swing. She'll do that little dash, kind of easy to roll, no big deal. So we're going to bait out attacks and kind of walk away. That right there, that's what we want to punish with a parry. We're just basically looking for that. She did it immediately, but I wasn't ready for it. And if she does that X attack, you always got to watch out for that. That is the worst thing to deal with because she can weave it in basically immediately into everything. It's so fast, as you can see there. And she's, yeah, if she just spams it, it's so annoying to deal with. Okay, terrible start here. I'm going to heal. We're looking for that over-the-shoulder attack. So I'm just watching her. There it is. Bam. Perfect. All right. So we're going to jump in here, deal some damage, locking onto her, and immediately jumping attack to get some extra free damage in. And we're backing up, and boom. I knew it was going to come out again. Immediate parry. Lock onto her again. Jumping attack immediately. Bam. Beautiful. So terrible start here, but then we kind of like brought it back. Okay, so again, bait out attacks. Looking for that over the shoulder. It's there, but I got too close to the wall, which is so annoying with this fight. Okay, and we're just going to see if she does the over the shoulder. Come on, Lady Maria. You know you want to. Bam, bam. Oh, nope, that was the pierce. You can parry that too, of course. I'm just most practiced with the over the shoulder like that right there. Okay, ugh, that X attack. It's so terrible. You have to, like, react to it so quickly. And again, she'll just keep spam. Look at this. Look at that. All right, come on. Over the shoulder. Let's go, Maria. Okay, backing up. Nope, she doesn't want to do it. That X attack. Come on, man. Do anything else. All right. So now she transformed her weapon. So when she does this, I like to kind of bait out her attacks a little bit more. If she dashes you, you can roll it at the last second and then get some nice damage in there. Bam. Knew that was coming. Okay. She's going to want to go into phase 2, so I'm going to jump attack her here. And if she backs up like this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to back up. It's going to do a big AoE explosion. All right. And now basically her attacks have a bigger range. So we're just looking for another over-the-shoulder thing to parry. And bam. Unfortunately, like literally a second off there. That would have been so good. All right. Up and dash into her. And unfortunately just decides to not lock onto her anymore, which is so annoying. All right. So again, over the shoulder is what we're looking for. Baiting out attacks. Looking for the over the shoulder. Nope. That's a lunge. Okay. No. Nope. Need you to do the over-the-shoulder, Lady Maria. You know what I'm looking for. Come on. Over the shoulder, Maria. No, not the X. Over the shoulder. There it is. Ugh! Both of those times. Just off by a literal split second. Okay, come on. Over the shoulder. Just watching to see if she does it. Okay, and roll into her here. Relock onto her. Bam, 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 bam. You can see if you get in R1 fights, you'll win them a lot of the time. Okay, over the shoulder. That's what we want. Roll. Nice. 1, 2, 3. She might go into phase 3 here soon. So I'm watching her here. Okay, again, over the shoulder is what we're looking for if she does it. And roll as soon as we see her move at that last second. Okay, so here we go, phase 3. So we're backing up, healing, and switching to transform. I'm going to lock on and immediately rush her here because we want to go aggressive as possible. And she's going to do the blood tornado, locking onto her. Roll. Nice. Getting some damage in here. Beautiful. Went a little too aggressive, so we need to back up now. She parried us. I'm going to spam the shoulder buttons. I don't think it matters if she gets the grab on you. And now we basically need to reset the fight, so we're backing up here because we need to heal. Ooh! Okay, she got me with the aftershock. Yeah, we just need to kind of reset here. And I'm getting stuck on everything that's possible to get stuck on because we're having a great fight. All right. So, roll. The camera shifted at the last possible second there. Roll. Oh, my God. I swear, man, if you watch my Abritas fight, same sort of things happening where everything that can go wrong. Okay. Roll towards her. Relock onto her. All right, let's focus up. Come on. Roll. Jeez Louise. Mistiming these rolls by like a millisecond every time. I'm trying to get in so I can deal some damage on her, but I'm just so thrown off now. All right, let's go here. Bam. Bam. Yeah, you can see just one little thing that throws you off. Okay. Roll. Now we're going to rush in, deal some damage, because that's what I want to do, but I've had to play on the back foot. All right, here we go. Dodge her 2 attacks, get some damage in here. We also rallied. Okay, we're backing up a little bit, going back in. Trying to... That was so good until it wasn't so good. That was going so well. Oh, Lady Maria, why do you do this to me? Why? I practiced you so much. Oh, Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. What's up, Perry the Berry? Welcome in. All right, 3rd time's the charm. Let's go. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, so we're going to immediately start this fight by locking onto her, and then we're looking for the over-the-shoulder attack so that we can parry it. We're just right there. That's what we wanted. Boom, perfect. Parry her. We're going to lock on. We're going to immediately jump attack just like this. Extra damage. Beautiful. All right, and again, boom. Yep, see, she'll just keep doing it. So you can keep triggering it. We're going to lock on again. Jumping attack again. Great damage. Great start here. And again, boom. Look at that. Look how easy this is. Now, obviously, she's not going to spam this every time. But if she does, that's all that we're looking for. So now that was a really good first phase. So we're looking for her to go into phase 2. Oof. Okay, hold on. Hold on, Maria. Hold on. Hold on. Seal twice. So bait out an attack. Yeah, that X attack. The camera also is a massive pain in this fight, too. Because if you just get too close to the walls, or if she does some weird dashy type stuff, you know, the camera will start to mess you up really bad. Now, she's got the transformed Rikuyo here. So we're going to look for a follow-up attack and see if we can bait out an attack from her. When she does that charge, it's not going to work. Now, if she does one more attack here, nope, didn't follow it up. If she dashes and disappears a lot of the time, she'll shoot, so make sure to dash after that. Now, she's going to dash at me. I'm going to go right back into her. Okay. Now, here we go. Transforming. So we're going to hit her 1, 2, and then that was a bit of a slow, you know, difficult for us to get close to her, so we only were able to get a little tiny bit of damage into her. So same thing. We just want to look for the over-the-shoulder attack here. She'll still do it in this phase. Right there. The freaking camera, man. What am I getting stuck on? Ugh. Yeah, this fight's arena is a bit annoying because of that stuff. Okay, so again, baiting out that over-the-shoulder attack. We're just looking for that over-the-shoulder. There it is, but I was getting hit by the second attack. Jeez Louise. All right, come on. Let's refocus up here. Okay, let's heal twice. Gonna try to bait out some attacks and roll. You want to roll when you see her move at the last possible second. Bait out attacks. We want to look for that over the shoulder. The camera is doing its absolute best job to reset me every time I'm looking for that parry, man. It's really annoying, which is why I'm trying to stay in. All right, and roll towards her there. When she jumps over you, rush her. You can get some damage in like this. Fortunately, we're a millisecond off. Whoop, whoop. Oh, man. Okay, let's heal twice. Relock onto her. She's going to go up, and we're going to dash into her. We're going to relock onto her. She's going to be up against the wall. Okay, so let's try to get some damage on, because, my God, that was a rough phase 2. Let's get out of here. Just need her to do the over-the-shoulder where something weird doesn't happen with the camera. Okay, bait an attack again. Again, over-the-shoulder is what we're looking for, so we can parry it. She can follow that up, but she's not doing it. Okay. Come on, over the shoulder. Let's go. Come on, Lady Maria. Do what I need you to do. And roll. That one's so... Okay, this is gross. Ugh. Man, we were doing so good. We were doing so good. Yeah, this is just one of those that's like, you can totally beat her easy if you're just crazy aggressive. It's just going to be so sloppy, ultimately. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Lady Maria, why are you such a pain in my ass? All right. 4th time's the charm. 1, 2, 3, exit. Let's go. Come on. All right, so immediately at the start of this fight, we're going to lock on to Lady Maria, and what we're looking for is the over-the-shoulder attack. By the way, if she rushes you like that, just dodge at the last second. Not that big of a deal. So, what we want to do is bait out attacks, and we're looking for that right there. Boom. It's hard to see with the camera. You don't want to be too close to the walls because they will mess you up hardcore in this fight. Also, every time I parry her, I am going to immediately follow it up with a jump attack. Okay, and she's going to do a whole combo here. I'm going to let her do that and then back up. I want to heal back to full. So again, we're going to... That's the attack we're looking for, but I want to see it after a combo. Just look for it to be over her shoulder. Now, she's transformed her weapon, which makes this more annoying because it's going to be less consistent. But it's the same idea. You can still parry her attacks here. So I'm going to look for an aggressive parry here if I get close to her. I want to try to trigger her to do an attack that I can then follow up with a parry. That would have been good right there, but I was a little hesitant. All right, so, yeah, when she does that attack right there, you're not going to get the parry because the attack takes longer to get out. It's really tricky with the timing. Okay. It's a much more consistent fight when she has it untransformed like this right here, because now we can bait out the over-the-shoulder. Sometimes she'll lead with it, which will really throw you off. So again, trying to make her do that over-the-shoulder attack. A little bit messy here. Come on, over the shoulder. Let's go. And there it is. Is that too much to ask? Okay, so immediately lock onto her and jumping attack just like that. Big damage. And now we got to look for another over-the-shoulder attack. I'm going to heal here. So let's get up close to her again. Okay, and bam. Beautiful. Healed back all my HP as well. Lock onto her, jumping attack, and she's going to definitely want to trigger phase 2. So we're going to watch her and see if she dashes backwards. She's so close to phase 2. She's like literally right about to start it. So I'm going to get up close. Unfortunately, my gun was just a second off. Going to hit her here to rally my HP. Now here she goes. So going to get close. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to back up here. I'm going to heal. And now we got phase 2. Same attacks basically. And roll. Nice. I always forget she follows that specific piercing attack with another one. All right, so same sort of thing. We're trying to look for the over-the-shoulder attack. We don't want to get stuck on the walls. The camera's getting messed up here. And roll. Beautiful. Roll, because she follows it up. All right. Now, bait out the attacks. We're looking for the over-the-shoulder. That's what we're looking for. Up and dash into her. Relock onto her. Okay. Looking for that over the shoulder. Not looking for the X. Looking for the over the shoulder. No. Come on. Over the shoulder. No. Don't want the X. And roll. Okay, you want to roll into her there if you can and get in some damage as you saw there. Beautiful. Dash to your left as much as you can. There's the over the shoulder. Okay, come on, do it again. Up and dash into her. Relock onto her there. All right. Over the shoulder, come on. She's just not doing it. Okay, and roll. Got hit by the aftershock there, unfortunately. Roll. So I'm just going to close the distance here because as you can see, she's being really annoying. She won't do the over the shoulder, which I can parry. Okay, let's see what she does. Back up. Attack her here as soon as she goes in on you. If you successfully dodge it, you want to get some damage in on her. Okay. Nice. Now, like I said, you can parry the other stuff too. It's just less inconsistent. Jump attack here. Bam. Beautiful. And here she goes into phase 3. So I'm going to immediately rush her after this AoE happens. And you want to stick onto her as much as you can, because she is going to be so aggressive. If you can match her aggression, it's really, really good. All right, so we're going to heal here. Yeah, you want to keep close to her. Up and down. Going to dash away. Immediately rush her here. Bam. That's so unfortunate. My God. Oh, my God. Ugh. Yeah, this is one of those fights where it's like it's not nearly as bad as other ones. It's not nearly as bad as other ones. It's just that last phase is really just a big stopgap. Oh, Lady Maria, why are you so difficult? I basically just not... I need to not get clipped by one big combo that she has in that last phase. What's up? The American Sniper AWM. Welcome in. Game of Thrones Stell Attack. That guy was so bad. Have you ever played it? No. I don't know what game you're referring to. I have not played a Game of Thrones game. All right, let's try this again. For anybody watching currently, we were trying to guide this Lady Maria boss, but she is being a big pain. All right, here we go. Come on. Come on. Let's focus. Come on. Come on now. Come on now. All right. So for this first phase, we're going to lock onto her, and we're basically looking to bait out the over-the-shoulder attack. That right there. Boom. And you want to immediately hit the left trigger to parry her. We're going to lock onto her, and we're going to jumping attack her just like that. Great start. Now again, over-the-shoulder is what we're looking for here. So we're going to watch her. No, no. And again, you can parry all of her stuff, really. It's just the over-the-shoulder. That's the most consistent. You're too slow. Got hit there. Okay, let's back up a little bit. And she can use the transformed Rikuyo as well, so just keep that in mind, which does get a little more annoying. Okay, I'm just watching for that over-the-shoulder attack. It's right there. Sometimes she'll lead with it. And if she does lead with it, you can dash into her, even if you don't get the parry, to get some damage, because that's basically her biggest downtime, is when she does the over-the-shoulder attack. Okay, so again, watching her here, looking for that over-the-shoulder attack. Ooh, she doesn't usually follow up with a shot. All right, come on, over the shoulder. Let's go, Lady Maria. You know you want to do it. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. The thrusts. Do the over the shoulder. She's like, no, I won't do it. Okay, right there. Ugh, I wasn't ready for it, though. So yeah, that's mainly what we're looking for. You can parry all of her attacks pretty much, but like I said, that's the one that I find the easiest. So now she's got the transformed attack. So I'm going to try to get some aggressive parries in here when she does the transform, just because she doesn't do the over-the-shoulder thing a lot, and it's really annoying. So typically when she transforms her weapon, I try to bait out an attack so that I can get a parry on her. And we're going to dash into that, and we're going to hit her a bunch here. Okay, you can see we win the R1 fights a lot of the time. Going to heal up to full here as well. Okay. We're going to dash the gunshots, no big deal. Got the parry there. Like I said, looking for aggressive parries when she transforms the weapon. Jumping attack here. Now she's going to immediately want to dash back and start changing into phase 2. So we're going to hit her 4 times here and back up. Beautiful. Get back in. Attack her even more. There's the over the head right there. So she still does it. And now she's just basically got blood trails on everything. So... dash. Good. Okay. So you don't want to get too close to the walls either. If you get too close to the walls... the camera will just basically destroy you. It's really annoying. All right, so we want to see the over-the-shoulder attack again. Okay. There it is. Okay, we're going to get back into the middle here, and bam! We got her, but she got me as well, so we're not going to be able to follow that up. And roll back. You typically want to roll into that, but because we were too far away. Got her again. Nice. Okay. Got to relock onto her. Going to jumping attack here. Boom. Nice. Okay. Dash back, because she's usually going to follow that up. And again, if she doesn't over the shoulder, we're good. Let's see what she does. Bam! Nice! Beautiful. All right, this is going great. And we're going to jump attack her here, and she's definitely going to want to immediately go into phase 3. So I'm going to hit her once. I'm going to back up. We're going to transform the weapon, and we're going to immediately rush her, wait for that AoE to go off. And now we don't want to freak out. We want to basically reset the fight here. And we're going to watch her. She's got gigantic after effects on all of her stuff now. And roll. Okay, good roll there. All right. So let's see what she does. So you can go for parries here still. Oof. I was not ready for that attack. And roll. All right, we got to get out of here and heal once. Okay, I'm going to try to go for a parry here. Typically, I go aggressive, but... Nice. Beautiful. That's huge, actually. Relock onto her. Jumping attack here. We don't want to be greedy, so we're going to back away. She still clipped me. You can see just the massive range of this stuff, so we're going to heal. Up. Roll into her there. This might be it. 1, 2. She's literally at like 1 HP. Okay, so I'm not going to be greedy. Going to switch to the gun. Should be able to... Why did I think that was switching to the gun? All right, this is getting weird now because I... Oh, and now I'm getting stuck on... Yeah, okay. All right, let's not freak out. We're going to take a breath. Okay, up and roll into her here. Going to relock on, shoot her once, shoot her again. Oh, she is fighting for it. She is fighting for it. Roll, roll. Oh, no, she is fighting for it hard. She's got no HP. Yeah. As much as I would want to kill her honorably there, I have practiced this so much. I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with this where I can't even see your HP and you refuse to die. Oh, okay. So that was good because that was pretty clean. That took a lot of practice to get this one down. This is the type of fight where you really don't need to practice it that much because honestly, if you're just aggressive and just constantly going in at her, you will win eventually if you get the right cycle. And that's typically what I've done up until this point. But this point, I wanted to like actually learn the fight and get much better at it. So yeah. Once again, to recap, basically phase 1, you're just looking for that over the shoulder, bam. And you want to parry her and then get in, deal some damage, relock onto her, because this game loves just having the camera mess with you and like it loves de-locking the camera. It's so annoying. So anyways, parry her, then relock onto her when you're doing the animation, and then jump attack or do whatever you do with your weapon to get some damage in. And then, yeah, when she transforms the weapon, it's much more annoying because she doesn't do as telegraphed parries. You might be better at that than I am, but when she has the weapon not transformed, that's easier for me. But yeah, same sort of thing. You can kind of bait out her attacks and then go for parries there. And then when you get her down to, I want to say like, I don't know, 60, 70% HP or so, she will immediately back up and start to shove her weapons into her. You want to, if you're close to her, punish her during that time. You can get in like 3 or 4 free hits and then just back away before phase 2 starts because she'll kind of explode. And then it's the same sort of thing. Her weapons just have a bigger range because it has that blood after effect. So it's really annoying. But same sort of idea. And then she now gets the ability to do the blood tornado. So easy. Just she goes up and then wait for it and then dash into her. She also has a ton of charge attacks. They're really hard to dodge. We did a pretty good job in this fight. But you basically are just looking, and then when that like glint happens, that's when you tap circle to dodge it. It's really tough. It takes a lot of practice because there's a lot of different ones that she has. And then finally in phase 3, I try to be aggressive, but as you saw there, instead I went for a parry because you can still parry her. It's just harder because now her attacks have such a large range with the fire after effects. So you can either choose to go the parry route or you could just be aggressive and try to focus on dodging. I was doing that up until this fight where I was like, you know what? I think I can parry her, and then we got it successfully. And as you can see, if you can get a successful parry, you're just able to deal so much damage. So there we go. Very difficult if you want to master this fight, but if just getting through the fight, it's honestly not that bad. But hope this guide helped. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay. GG. That felt good. I knew that one was gonna be bad, but I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. What's up, Spirit? Welcome back. Yeah, it's a good fight, but to master it, it's difficult, I would say. Not that that's mastering it, but you know, to get it down legitimately instead of just relying on outward damage. Okay, Lady Maria hath expired. Now, let's go interact with my tattoo here. Bum, 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 bum. Hold up the celestial dial. Okay. I know this isn't your thing, but are there summons in Bloodborne? Yes. They basically work the same way as in Dark Souls. I don't know about in the DLC. Well, there definitely is, because the first boss has, I think you can summon like literally 3 people for him. Or at least you have 3 different choices. Outside of that, though, I don't know which bosses even have it. I feel like in the base game there are more summons. But I think it's one of those things where like half the time they help you and then the other half of the time they kind of hurt you. So, as usual for me, I just don't really bother with it just because, I don't know, it's it feels way more satisfying for me without them, as usual. Alright, on to one of my favorite areas in the entire game. The fishing hamlet.
Last atonement for the red. Mercy for the poor witness. Atone lay the curse each. Mercy.
I think if you kill this guy, you get a rune. I'm gonna let him do his thing, though.
Abandon was blasphemous. Atone. Mercy. Mercy.
I don't think we have any current Twitch commands, but all the social media stuff should be under my channel. I do believe most of that stuff is still legitimate. If you look in the About Me section, there's like a social section. I was at like an eternity ago. 50,000 years ago. Okay, let's use the Madman's Knowledge. Now we can go buy a Blood Rock and then fully upgrade the Evelyn, which I don't know if it's worth it, but we'll give it a shot. Anyway, I gotta see if the church pick is a quality weapon or not. Adios, Isaac. Your room looks like a good spot for an oil rig. Can't say I've heard that one before. Okay, so I kind of want to use the church pick, but we'd have to like upgrade. We also have to get another blood rock, which we do have access to. But if it's like a straight up skill weapon, then we'd have to like divert our entire build. Kind of want to use it, but if we just get absolutely destroyed by the stats, because there's no respecking in Bloodborne, which really sucks. Yeah, it's gonna be a big problem. Honestly, as much as I want to use it, I just feel like it genuinely is going to be a big mistake if we try to, because we're gonna get hugely hit on the damage, which we did do for the final boss in this DLC. I had to use a weapon that I did not have any stats for at all, and we were available. We were eventually able to do it, but boy, oh boy, I basically had to get the boss down perfectly. It was a bit of a nightmare. Okay, let's go over here and grab ourselves a blood rock. For 60 insight. Then we're going to fully upgrade our Evelyn gun. Evelyn plus 10. Bam. Then blood gem fortification. Let's check the Evelyn gun. We have blood attack and add blood attack. But is that the best? Blood attack up 21.6% is even higher. I don't really know what that means. I'm assuming this is actually better. So we'll put that on. Oh, let's go over here. Boost max stamina. More echoes from slain enemies. We probably don't need that anymore. Boost to transform. Boost rally potential. Actually, it's kind of good. That could be good. We also have bolt damage reduction. All damage reduction 4%. Is 4% going to matter, though? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Visceral attack up is good, too, because we're doing a lot of parries. Yeah, that might be good, actually. So I think what we'll do is we'll switch to you. And then this one is visceral attacks restore 200 HP. I think we'll switch that one to claw mark. And we'll keep that one. Okay, we've got just enough blood echoes to buy a whole bunch of blood vials, too. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we'll stick with this weapon. I really should do a church pick playthrough at some point, though. Let's go back. Fishing Hamlet reminds me of No Man's Wharf, one of my favorite Dark Souls areas of all time. Dark Souls 2 is so odd, but I will always say I love the No Man's Wharf. It's a good area. Any sort of pirate, coastal, grotto-y areas I'm usually a fan of, as long as they don't look boring, since they're cave-related. Alright, so one thing is, let's switch this to something else. How about the old Hunter top hat? Yeah, that kind of looks sick. I don't ever use top hats either. Alrighty, so final area of the entire game. We should probably clear all this out, and then we can go do the optional boss, and then there's only one boss remaining. Yeah, cry about it, brother. No Man's Wharf was rough. No Man's rough. It was rough for me too. Yeah, I remember that was a big area that threw me off in my first playthrough. It's mainly like those giant clawed four-legged enemies. Those are terrible. They deal so much damage to you. And they're very hard to not get interrupted by. And then I forget what else there. Yeah, it was rough. Remaining bosses are too hard. The last boss of this DLC is extremely hard, but I will say he's also very, like, because every boss in FromSoft Souls stuff, every boss kind of fits into a certain category. Lady Maria I knew was going to be a problem. She's not, like, the hardest, but the thing is that, like I said, it's one of those where you have to choose, do I just want to beat it or do I want to learn it? Yo, Gamer Dog.
Hey GV. Hope all is well, D.
Yo, what up? Thank you guys so much for the support. What's up, Gamer Dog? Yeah, long time no talk. Things are well. Basically just voice acting. Shredded a lot of weight. Put on some muscle. Took a big break from streaming, obviously, for a good amount of time. A lot of stuff in the works in the background that I'll make an update video probably about at some point. But everything pretty good. Voice acting's kind of been the main change, you know? Thanks so much for the $10 donation. Hope everything's been well with you, too. Also, thank you again, Mark, for that donation, too. And thank you again, J-Bob, which I hope you hear this, because I hate that YouTube does not alert when there's a sticker. There's no alert for stickers, as far as I know. So I never see them unless I manually check the page. But thank you. We're fighting merfolk now. Oh yeah, so what I was saying is, like, Lady Maria falls into the, like, you could definitely beat her. Like, I always find her to be not that bad because she doesn't have that much HP. But if you want to learn her, now that's actually hard. But the final boss of this DLC, I really actually like, because, like, once you learn that boss, it's like Sword Saint Ishin and Sekiro. It's like, yes, it's hard as fuck, but it's totally, like, learnable. Whereas Lady Maria, I feel like, is a lot more chaotic, if that makes sense. So I really like the final boss here. I like it quite a bit. But the other boss, the optional boss, Lawrence, I don't know why I'm not spoiling anything, but Lawrence is probably going to be a massive pain in the ass. He's also very chaotic. Whereas Orphan, I feel like me and Orphan get along now, you know? Alright, what is down that well is literally made from hell. It is so horrific. If you know, you know. It's got one of the best weapons in there ever. That weapon is amazing. Actually, Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower was using that weapon. But man, oh man, trying to get that weapon in that fucking well is like one of the most horrible things in this game ever. We're fighting merfolk now. Yeah, okay, so I don't know, I'm not the lore guy, but the lore that I know is basically, this is in the past, which I think is why we had to defeat Lady Maria, because she guards the Astral Clock Tower, she guards the hidden secret from a different time. Beating her allows us to access that time to see what the old hunters did, because they did something bad. So, as far as I know, there was just this fishing hamlet, basically. And if I understand correctly, the old hunters basically, like, fucked all these people up, like, really, like, did bad shit here. So I think they're just fish people. But I think the old hunters kind of, like, raised their village and shit. Is from what I understand. But what's cool is that in the first area where you fight Ludwig, a snail person falls down. Now, I didn't realize this. Apparently, they're falling down from the fishing hamlet because the nightmare, because we're in, like, a nightmare world, is stacked on top of each other. So it's like it's literally falling down from, like, a vertical nightmare, which is just the most metal thing I can even think of. So yeah, I really have to, I think once we finish this, I'm going to, like, rewatch all of Vati videos on this shit, because, like, I really want to know exactly what's happening. I honestly cannot believe I don't. Oh, God! Yep, this guy right here. This guy is one of the worst enemies ever conceived by From Software. And by worst, I just mean incredibly difficult. Ow! No! Don't chop me! Oh, put me down! Oh! Oh, God. I can't believe I'm alive. Jesus Christ, man. Where'd this guy go? What is even happening? Where are you jumping? Alright, alright. Focus up. Stop. Holy shit. These guys are genuinely one of the hardest enemies ever in any FromSoft game ever. Woo! Did I make the guess on Discord? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Guide the sharks? No joke, like, for real. That was like when I guided the mole enemy in Silk Song. Wasn't even really a boss, but it was such an annoying, hard-ass enemy to deal with. That guide did really well. It was like the first guide I did too when that game released. What's up, Back? Welcome in. What area has the slimes from the ceiling? So there are snail enemies in this area. There are snail enemies in this area, but in the first zone of this DLC where you fight Ludwig, there is a snail that, like, falls and slams down right around where you get this weapon, the Whirligig Saw. And as far as I understand, because I just read this, it's like literally that thing is falling from this zone because the nightmare is like stacked vertically, like layers on top of each other, just like metaphysically or whatever. So I never realized that. I thought it was just, you know, whatever. Oh, this enemy's just here. Okay, that's cool. But as far as I know, that's why that enemy appears, which is kind of crazy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, there's a way to get an item over there, but I think we have to keep going. I think we should just do everything before we go down the well. As a sense of pride, I have to give it a shot, but my God, what's down there? I'm not even kidding. What's down there is probably the worst thing in this entire game. No joke. But let's take our time. The hunters killed Cause, and it started the whole shit, and this hamlet is the most overt reference to H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah, this is like the Shadow over Innsmouth zone, pretty much. Yeah, so the hunters killed the orphan... No, the hunters killed Cause, or some say Cosm, which I guess was referenced in Mikolash. In Mikolash's fight. And then I guess that just caused, like, the final boss will fight in the game, in the base game, to, like, come down and control everything or whatever the hell. I don't know. But yeah, exactly. Basically, the hunters caused all the mess. But it's a secret they covered up, and the DLC is basically exploring the hunters' sins, pretty much. Yeah. 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 God, even from 2015, these animations and enemy models are just so freaking good. About you and Cindy? I don't think anyone's overtly... I mean, well, yeah, I mean, well, it's obvious at this point. Like, Cindy and I are going to get married and we're going to have kids as soon as possible. There's just one thing we have to do before that all kicks off. So, you know, a lot of people have guessed, like, oh, you're going to get married, you're going to have kids. Yes, but the other thing that I'm not really talking about until it's all said and done is just a thing preceding all of that we have to do, and then we can get started on all of that. But, I mean, yeah, you can probably surmise what it all is. I mean, it's nothing crazy or anything. It's typical life stuff. I'm just not really talking about it much just because I don't really want to talk about it until it's just all said and done, and then, like, in the process, you know? Basically. Okay, what's up, guys? Ba ba da boom, ba ba bee, ba ba boo. Whoop, whoop. Oh, look at you go! Oh, your big move. It's your big move. Oh, hello. Nice surprise attack. Got me so curious. Oh, what's down the well? Oh yeah, you'll see in a second. Don't you worry. Just trying to clear all this shit out so we don't have to explore this a second time. Prenup? It's not a prenup, although I used to think when I was younger, like, oh, prenups are not romantic. You shouldn't get a prenup, blah, blah, blah. Now, even though, like, I don't think I'll ever remarry, even if for whatever reason Cindy and I, you know, we're not married in the future or whatever, I don't think, like, Cindy is, like, the end-all, be-all for me, you know? Which is obviously who you want to marry. But even then, what I'm saying is I don't think prenups are a bad idea. You just never know what's going to happen. That being said, I don't know the specifics at all, so I'd have to look into it, but it's just like, if it's the right choice, then sure. I don't think that's a bad thing. But a lot of people, obviously, get upset. Comes up very frequently in Love is Blind, where they have arguments about prenups and stuff. Thank you. Okay, shortcut here. I think pretty sure there's a house we can go into for items. Yeah, I think it's this one. How are the cats? Doing great. Doing great. Everyone's pretty good. Not sure. Oh my god. Not sure, like, who's been here at what time and all that sort of stuff, but basically we had 3 chinchillas. We had 3 chinchillas. We're down to 1 now because, as usual, rodents are just not long for this world, and there's always health issues and all sorts of things that pop up. So down to 1 chinchilla, ironically Lawrence, who is a boss we still have to beat in Bloodborne. Two cats are doing great. Yen and Greyjoy. Same old, same old. I mean, nothing really has changed, honestly, with them ever. And then Benny, the Kenyan sand boa, who's behind me in that terrarium, is doing fine. Just basically always under the substrate 90% of the time. We had a couple of jumping spiders for a bit there. I think they both died. We're not sure why. And I think we still have some fish. I think that's everybody. Okay, so we still got the well. Did we go into this room over here? Ba, 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 ba. Did we go in this room? Okay, so we'll attempt the well. There's actually a great strategy with the well, which we'll try to do here in a second. There's also a shortcut here, if I remember correctly. Oh my god! Crimson Queen TTV, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How ya doing, Crimson Queen and friends? Ow, 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 ow. Ba 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 ba. Yo, thank you for the raid, Crimson Queen. QQ. Yeah, what's up, Crimson? Welcome in. Let me make sure I'm following your channel. If I'm not. Intended for certain audiences. Oh, by God. Let me grab your link and post it in my Twitch. And I'll post it in the YouTube. Go give them a follow if you wish, folks. How was your stream? Welcome in. We're basically doing some Bloodborne. We are guiding all the bosses. And we are close to the end. We only have 2 base game bosses, but they're back-to-back. And we have probably the 2 toughest bosses in the DLC left. And then we are done. But I hope your stream was good. Thanks for the raid. Yeah. Ow. Such a huge fan. Been watching your YouTube since you started your Skyrim series. Damn. That's a long, long time ago. Well, thanks so much for watching and raiding, and welcome in. Yes, I am in the flesh, and we've been streaming, dipping our toes back in a little bit. Although we've been live like pretty much every single day for the past like 2 weeks. Probably gonna dial it back a bit though, just because I need to kind of put a bigger focus on the voice acting stuff. But yeah, we have been going live quite frequently lately after a huge break. All right, I think we're ready to go down the well. Stream was fantastic. Played. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, we're doing a gigantic playthrough for the Patreon channel, but that's been going on for like, I don't even know how long at this point, because we're doing basically like an episode a week, but the game is so massive. Forget what episode we're on, but yeah, we've been doing that for a long time. But it's obviously a masterpiece. Okay, so what's down in this well is 2 of those shark guys. It is literally a living nightmare to deal with because they have such crazy aggressive movesets, and then there's 2. Now, there is a trick. If you use the Shaman Bone Blade, you can actually make them attack each other, and it's... Honestly, this is so ridiculous that I don't mind doing it whatsoever. So we're going to try to make that happen. There's also a weapon down here, which is one of the best weapons in the entire game. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that room back over there. So, where's the weapon at? Oh, you have to kill them. That's why this is so bad. I remember this. Yeah, you have to kill them to get the weapon. Which means it is a nightmare. Jesus. Literally almost just died. Now, there's another one hanging out above on the ceiling somewhere. When you deal enough damage to the first one, the other one pops down. And then it becomes nigh impossible to deal with. However, if we can Shaman Bone Blade them... then they'll fight each other, and that's actually massive. So, I think we're going to use... Yeah, see, he's up there. So actually, I'm going to try to shoot him to bring him down. I think we were just out of range there. Alright, buddy. You're not fooling anybody. Get your ass down. Oh, my God! See what I mean? So, I need this guy to come down here. Yo, come down. Come down! actually. Yeah, so, see what I mean? Does he not, like, come down if I shoot? I don't even know if I can hit him. Well, that would have hit him right there. All right. So you got to deal enough damage to this guy, I guess. Which is like half of his HP, I think. So aggressive. No! You piece of shit. It's like you think you're fine, and then he just lunges from halfway across the room. Yeah, I think you have to get the first guy down to half of his HP, and then that triggers the other guy to fall down, and then good luck. Like, what are you even supposed to do? Even if you're a god, it's like, how are you going to wait for the exact time to go in? You know what I mean? So, using a shaman bone blade makes it a lot more doable. However, the problem is you need to actually land the shaman bone blade. I think it's like a small AoE in front of you. So you have to actually be able to land it. Try to fall down the well here. Goodbye! Let's make sure to get our blood echoes. And I'm just going to go ham here. Let's not be scared. I'm not afraid. I'm kind of afraid. Ooh, actually, can we get a visceral on him? That would be huge. Okay, nope. Okay, that's pretty good. So we just want to stay behind him here. Okay, yep, I was going to say, his friend's definitely going to come down now. All right. No! You piece of shit. Get away from me. All right. God! Like, genuinely. How? Like, genuinely how? So the best bet is just to rush the dude as quickly as possible, get him down to half HP, and immediately use the bone blade and hope to God the animation goes off. I think that's what we want to do here. Also, bolt paper will probably help. So let's put some bolt paper on. Yeah, and you have to do this if you want to get the Rakuya, which is the weapon Lady Maria used, which is genuinely a fantastic weapon, but it's such a massive pain to get. And it also makes this nigh impossible to use it in a new playthrough, too, because you can rush the DLC, but... You can rush the DLC, but... Where is he? But, you know, it's very hard to be able to do it, obviously. This camera is messing me up so bad. No actual way. God. It's just like basically any tactic you want to use here is so hard to implement because if you want to lock onto him, he's just flailing all over the place. So then locking on kind of messes you up. If you want to go aggressive, he's just so aggressive too, so you got to watch out for his stuff. You might be able to parry him. I don't know. I feel like you can. I mean, we don't even need this because we're not even going to use this weapon. I do want to do it just to see if I can. I have done it, obviously, but... Yeah, we'll give it a couple more tries. I mean, we're not going to really get anything from this anyways. Okay, pop this. Heal. And now let's do it. I wonder if you can sneak up on him, though. Okay. 1, 2... 3! How did that not stagger him? Okay, I thought that would stagger him. Okay. Okay, so we play our cards right. We may be able to... Alright, switch the Shaman Bone Blade. We're going to try to hit him and then use it immediately. My God. Alright, that might trigger him there. So I'm going to pop it here. I don't... Definitely did not work. Okay. Now If I can wait for an animation and then press square at the right time, I may be able to do it. Right here, maybe? No, can't do it when they're like on top of each other like that. Right here? Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes! Okay, I got him. I just need to get away now. I saw the 2 damage. Yeah, so now they'll fight each other. Hell yes. I don't know if they still fight me too, but check that out. It's a kaiju fight. Woo! How are you still alive? He was still alive with 1 HP. This guy's still alive with 1 HP too. Do not do this. Stop. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so no joke. I would say this is the hardest thing literally in the entire game. No joke. Especially if you're not using the shaman bone blade. Okay, so Rakuyo is what we get. One of the coolest weapons in the entire game. Rakuyo. Hunter weapon wielded by Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. A trick sword originated in the same country as the Canehurst Shikage. Only this sword feeds not off of blood, but instead demands great dexterity. Lady Maria was fond of this aspect of the Rakuyo, as she frowned upon blood blades despite being a distant relative of the queen. But one day, she abandoned her beloved Rakuyo, casting it into a dark well where she could stomach its presence no longer. Which is weird, because doesn't she literally use the Rakuyo? So what do you mean she cast it? She literally uses that in the boss fight, I thought. So yeah, very cool weapon, and I like it because it's basically, yeah, like the Shikage, which you get in the base game, but it doesn't drain your HP over time to use like the Shikage. So, kind of best of both worlds, you know? La 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 la, GG. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now we just gotta make it out of this area. Oh my god, we're doing it. We're actually doing it. Kill every last one of you nasty fish people. No! No, 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 no. It's like 50,000 people. Oh my god, there's a shark here too. Okay. Okay. Forgot about that shark there. I'm not going to even fight these guys. There's no point. We're not even going to get a level up out of it. Oh, you sharks are such assholes. Why are you like this in my dark souls? Yeah, normally, I mean, honestly, the one-on-one sharks isn't a big deal. You can deal with that. It's just if you're trying to run through the area like I am right now, you obviously have to deal with the shark's moveset in particular. Like most enemies, if you play a lot of Souls, just like whatever, you can kind of tell what they're going to do. It's no big deal. But the shark, they gave the moveset, like... it'll catch you, like, whatever way you're moving, you know? It's just so hard to not get clipped by it. Ah! Punk! Ah! Okay, okay, alright, okay, okay, thank you. Okay, alright, okay! Oh my god! Ooh! Oh, that's Simon right there, right? What the hell is he doing? Ooh, okay, like this. Thank you. If you want to come into my death house, feel free, feel free. We are going to need more bullets, it is true. We are running out of all of our resources, unfortunately. Okay, that's a shortcut there. Do we have the light on? Yes. Yeah, we can go back and buy it now, but it's not really a big deal. We're going to... Ooh, one weapon. Oh, the bloodletter. We might be able to use the bloodletter, because I think that's a strength weapon, so we can use our build for that. Which I never am able to use the bloodletter. I don't think it's particularly good. It's very cool, though. It's like a giant blood mace. I think it hurts you when you activate it or something. Okay, so we got a couple of shortcut doors over here. Let's go back over this. Oh yeah, there's a massive skip here, I think. I think you can like basically skip this entire zone if you fall to the right area. Now down there, you can see the body of a Great One, which in Bloodborne, the Great Ones are basically the eldritch aliens, pretty much, or eldritch beings. So that body down there, from what I understand, the hunters killed that thing, and then that kicked off the whole game? Which is odd, because they also found Abritus, daughter of the Cosmos, a guide we did, and they took that thing's blood, and then that kicked off, like the blood turning people into beasts. So how does that tie into that? I don't know. But now this guy also said, the guy that was locked in the cell said, "Do you hear the bell?" And now we're hearing a bell, which means he's invading us. There he is. Oh my god, yeah, that's so sick. So he's using the blood letter. So this guy... Yeah, he's got one of the coolest armor sets in the game, too. Whoa! Okay, we're gonna keep up the aggression here, because he's trying to heal. Gotcha! Oh, you dead, boy. Oh, you dead, boy! Thanks for playing. Bloodied armbands. So I think you have to kill that guy 3 times to get his weapon, the Bloodletter, which is a sick, giant, bloody mace that I think, yeah, you damage yourself once, and it, like, powers it up. Like I said, if I remember correctly, it's not a great weapon, but it would be very cool to switch to at the end game here. It also messed me up bad, because then I'm going to have to relearn a new moveset. Yo, what's up? Megan Lofton, welcome in. Been well, cannot complain. Been well. Been doing my thing, just hanging out. GG, that was clean. Yeah, huge thing of Bloodborne. Like, I think when people first played Bloodborne, it's definitely like the hardest Souls game they've played. But a massive thing you gotta pick up if you can is that if you just really do a lot of aggressive parries, you know, it's gonna cut down on a lot of the challenge ultimately. Okay. Quicksilver bullets, good. Good. Don't you scream at me, Fishman. Yeah! What happened to my heal? I, like, played the heal thing, but I didn't... Jesus. Okay, those stuns are actually horrible. Oh god, that's not a cave. These dogs keep, like, AoE stunning me. It's actually incredibly annoying. Okay. Let's go. I'll kill your whole village.
Anybody else?
Is Sekiro or Bloodborne harder? It's weird. I think Sekiro is harder until the combat clicks with you and you understand how the parrying kind of gameplay works, and then I think Bloodborne is harder. Like, I think Bloodborne overall is the hardest game that FromSoft has ever released. Elden Ring kind of gets there sometimes. Sekiro is the hardest until you play it enough to where you kind of understand how to play it, and then it becomes, I think, less hard than Bloodborne. That's how I would put it. Sekiro is also extremely hard. I probably would put Sekiro as the second hardest FromSoft game I've played. But yeah, once you get the kind of the clink, 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 clink timing of like Sekiro fights, it's only about half as bad. Sekiro seems like it would be the apex of FromSoft, but admittedly I haven't played it yet. It probably is. I mean, I know you like kind of like Japanese influenced stuff. I get Sekiro has like a good mix of like Japanese and Chinese, I think. It's definitely very like Eastern feeling in general. There's also a lot of like Indian influences too, I think. So anyways, yeah, if you're down for that, it honestly is in a lot of ways the apex. I mean, Bloodborne kind of does its own apex in a certain way. Elden Ring definitely. Dark Souls 3 definitely. But Sekiro is kind of like, yeah, in a lot of ways it's the most beautiful From Software game, I would say. Oh, okay. Guess you're not getting stunned out of that. All right. GV, what types of media are you doing voice acting for? Games, shows, movies? So, at this point, I would say that I've probably voice acted... Okay, you just not get stuck. Like, what the hell? At this point, I've probably done every type of project you can even think of. And again, nothing on, like, AAA level, because I'm waiting to get into that after all the personal stuff I talked about is done, so I can focus on it. But yeah, anything you can think of. I've done animations, video games, movies... Trying to think of other stuff. Narration, commercial. Yeah, I have at least, like, I feel like one of most of the types under my belt. At least one. I would say the vast majority is probably animations and games. Yeah, get him out of it. Hiya, hiya. Hiya. You little punk. What the hell? Yeah, Promised Consort Radon, yeah, but like I said, I do not like that fight at all. I know they changed it, I think, after we spent, like, what, 3 days trying to guide that freaking boss. Ugh. I think they changed it, didn't they? I think they nerfed him somehow. Which he definitely needed a nerf. I usually don't agree with the nerfs, but that boss, oh my god, I hated that boss. It was such a... That truly felt like... What's the word? You know, an effort in self-abuse or whatever, like learning that fight, like whatever they call that. Masochism? Yeah, masochism. That truly felt like an effort in masochism. That was just such a nightmare to deal with, and I really don't like that boss. And I also don't like that it's just, you know, the same boss that we fought in the base game, just like kind of a different version too. Nothing about that boss I really like. Student films? No. Everything I'm talking about is paid projects. Some of them are student things, yeah. But basically what happened was, like, you know, when I first started auditioning for voice acting stuff, I don't think I did anything for free, honestly. I did really small stuff. It's not really about the money, it's just more so like I want the project to be serious, you know? If you're doing a lot of unpaid stuff, a lot of the time it's just for fun, which is great. But I wanted to, you know, basically see from the start if I could get paid work and whatever. And so, yeah, everything I'm describing has been paid. In the early days, I was doing some, like, student thesis stuff, but I was still being paid for it. Obviously not insanely well or whatever, but I was happy with whatever, as long as it was, like, a finished product, or project. But then that advanced to, like I said, if you think about it as like base level, like fan projects, like, you know, Voice My Sonic animation or whatever, I would say that's like the base level. And then medium level is everything that's not AAA. There's probably a good, like, 5 levels total, but everything that's not AAA, and then top level would be like AAA stuff, actual projects you've heard of and things like that. The vast majority of everything I've done is right in that middle spot, which currently is what works. I do not want to advance to the upper spot yet because, like I said, that's where you're looking for an agent, that's where you're looking for representation, that's where you're working consistently and constantly. Well, not necessarily, but I mean, like, you know, it's a big... You got to be ready for it, and currently, you know, I have to wait a couple of months before that can happen, basically. Okay. I think we want to open up a couple of doors that we missed. Also, we got to get that invasion all 3 times. I think they're all 3 around here, aren't they? Where he invades you. They nerfed him to hell. Yeah, the first Radon I don't think should have been nerfed. I think it's totally fine. Difficult, but absolutely doable. The second Radon, that guy, 1000% needed nerf. That was such a dumb boss fight. IMO. Keep moving right along. There's a blood rock down here. Are we going to need it? If I switch weapons, which I could switch the bloodletter, but then we would need the blood rock. Died to Radon more than any other boss in Souls history. Heck! Oh my god. That could be true for me. I know Sword Saint Ishin was real bad for me. I know we died on that guy. That was before I thought I was actually decent at a Souls game. Was when we had to, like, get good at Sekiro. I definitely died at Sword Saint Ishin many, many times. The final boss, which is basically, like, right over the horizon here. He was real bad for me. We streamed that, too, I think, way back in the day. My first ever playthrough of Bloodborne. He took me forever. Those are the types of bosses where you finish it and you're literally just like screaming at the top of your lungs. You're so excited. That was for both Sekiro and for this DLC. Radon might have it though. No, you piece of shit! My God. Just one random slap, and it all comes down. Piece of absolute shit. I'll kill you one day, I will. I'll kill you. Multi-day Radon 2.0. Yeah, that's part of the reason I wanted to go back and, like, redo all the guides for Tarnished Edition when it releases on the Switch, is because a lot of those guides, it got to be the point where, like, I was just wanting the guide to be over so bad because it was just so grueling. Radon, perfect example of that. Like, just such a grueling process of learning that fight. So that would be one thing that I would want to go back and, like, make sure it was a lot cleaner, you know? I already killed you, dude. Do you have to kill this guy like 3 times? Is that what it is? Alright, let's go. Oh yeah, that's right. He does a lead elixir. Oh my god. Whoa, my god. Okay. Okay. What the hell? Oh, lead elixir, yeah. Yeah, I forget if you have to kill this guy multiple times. I don't know why I thought to go in there. Jesus Christ. Okay, so he invades you 3 times, but I forget exactly where, and then you get, like, the full thing. Let's try that again. Every time I see your character from the back, I think it's Slash. Yeah, it's gotta be. Slash from Guns N' Roses. That's Freebird. It's not even Guns N' Roses. What am I singing? Sweet child of mine. I'll take my blood echoes back. Thank you very much. Piece of shit. Okay. Now, we don't really need to explore this place too much. There's a blood rock here, like I said, which is the final upgrade item, which would be nice to get. Now here, I'm not going to make the same mistake twice, so you guys can come to me if you wish. That's fine. No! It will not happen again. I refuse. Okay, this guy's casting some lightning spell. Yeah, we get it, dude. We get it. You're a sorcerer. I get it, I get it. Oh my god! Oh my god, if this guy kills me, I'm gonna lose my mind. Thank you. Okay. Sweet chai, yeah. I think that boss gave me a ton of trouble, but wasn't even fun to beat, was Dark Lurker. Oh yeah, Dark Lurker. Yeah, I think he gave me a lot of trouble, like, one of the first times. Like, the first time ever, I think that was really, really bad for me. I think on subsequent stuff, he's definitely probably the worst out of Dark Souls 2, outside of that, the run back to that one guy. The dogs or whatever. Yeah, I think he's still, like, the worst, right? I don't think there's another boss that kind of reaches his level of shadiness. And if I remember right, it's because of that double laser, I think. But yeah, he's bad. He's about as bad as Dark Souls 2 gets. I don't think anything gets as bad as that. Okay, so there's shortcut number 1, but there's still one more. We don't really need to go back. We can keep pushing. Learning the fight and having to repeat the same guide, talking over and over every time you die would get annoying AF. Yeah, it's a bit of a catch-22, because it's like, I think people really resonate the most with the live guides. That one I did post. That one was so bad, I remember, like, I just got a decent fight, and then I, like, guided it in post-commentary. Which, yeah, just goes to show just how horrible that was. But, like, Liza P, like, everybody really liked at the moment, like, live guides, so I've been trying to do that with Bloodborne. Oh, God! Like, these snail guys are the guys that fell down, by the way. That's what I was talking about. Oh, God, no! What the hell has happened here? No, God! Oh! Oh, my God. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Thanks so much for that. It wasn't going to do anything to you guys. It could kill you. I wasn't going to do it. But yeah, just grab me. That's fine. Whatever. That's cool. Sweet chai, let's go get that item. Dark Souls 1. Oh my God. Dark Souls 1, the only FromSoft game you think you could potentially do a deathless run. I think I could do, like, all the Dark Souls, but the only reason 1 would be the one that I would probably do it was just because that's the one I know by far the most, like, almost every turn in that game, you know? So that would definitely be, like, the most, realistic, for sure. But as in terms of difficulty... What the hell? I don't remember this. What the hell? Did I really get hit by that? Like, oh my God. Yeah, in terms of difficulty, I think, like, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 are around the same. They're kind of the easier Souls, I would say. So, if I played Dark Souls 3 a lot more, I'm pretty sure I could do it there, too. Oh, the bell again. But most likely at this point in time, yeah, definitely Dark Souls 1 for sure. I think I could definitely do it. I just would have to practice a few areas. What the heck? What? Oh, my God! What the This thing's just appearing out of the walls, man. Holy shit. Alright, so this guy invaded again. He's drinking lead elixirs to give himself maximum poise. Man. This really should not be this tense right now, but for whatever reason, I'm way thrown off here. Okay, hold on. Alright, buddy. Let's go. You and me in the Cave of Death. Come on. No! No confidence. sucks to suck, boy. Trying to get me with these snail creatures everywhere. What was that noise? Is there a GV DS2 playthrough? Currently, no. I think it got deleted with all that other Twitch stream playthroughs. There is a Crown of the Sunken King playthrough on the main channel. One of the DLCs from DS2. I think we still have a full playthrough of that. That still exists, I do believe. There's a Pokemon and also FromSoft are 2 series. I would like to have, like, the full suite of, like, playthroughs again. I mean, it's just kind of a big reason why I would want to start streaming consistently again, because I would like to go back and do all those beloved games and make sure they never leave the internet like last time. So I would like to do that, which is part of the reason, yeah, I wanted to dip my toes back into the stream so we could build up the GV stream archive again. DS2 has some nightmare runbacks. That one is still, I think, the worst of all time. The snow one with the horses. I think that's legitimately the worst runback to ever exist. Probably in any Souls game or any Souls-like or anything. La, la, la. I think you'll like some of the bosses in the Lies of P DLC when you finally get a chance to play it someday. Yeah, I really want to do that one too. I really kind of wish. I forget what was happening when that game came out. When the DLC came out. We were like in the middle of something. I forget what it was. But, yeah, I definitely do want to play that. Because people love that game and it's pretty good. We fall here, is that what it is? Okay, so we definitely want to activate the elevator immediately here. I think it's this. GV used to have DS2 on the VOD channel. Yeah. Yeah, it was one of the ones we did have a full playthrough of. I don't remember if it was good or not. But it's one of the ones that got deleted with the copyright stuff. Which, honestly, I don't know what existed at the time with YouTube being able to edit things in the YouTube editor, but I really wish I had just done that instead of deleted it. But you live and learn. Okay, I think this is the shortcut. Drake sword. Yo, what's up? Orc. ORQAFN, Orcafin, 1253. Just seen your lab and followed your Fallout 100% runs from however many years ago. Hope you're doing well, and thanks for the entertainment. Thanks for watching. I am doing well. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Pokemon Legacy. What is Pokemon Legacy? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he wants. I don't know what that is. Do you know if the BioShock playthroughs are still on there? There is a BioShock playthrough, and from what I remember, it's pretty good. It is on... The channel is now called the GV Stream Archive. It was the GV Universe. There's a full BioShock playthrough on there from the Vonosaur channel from way back in the day. So if you go look up on that channel, you'll find a full playthrough, which I love so very much. Loss of Twitch VODs, YouTube still intact. This is like ancient at this point, but yeah, basically we had a GV Stream Archive from way back in the day. It had like all of our finished Twitch playthroughs, and then this was a long time ago, but I was basically trying to clean the channel up because it had a lot of copyright stuff from all the music we used. So I ended up just deleting most of like all those playthroughs. Which now definitely was a mistake. Again, I don't know if YouTube allowed me to... Because now if like something pops up with copyright, you can remove it through YouTube. So I don't know if that was available at the time. But even if it wasn't, I really wish that I had waited to do that, you know? But anyways, now there's another GV Stream Archive that does have some stuff. And hopefully, ideally, over the time, you know, we'll add to it. Some playthroughs are still out there, not very many at all, but I think it is on that channel, the GV Stream Archive, which is what it's called now. I think there is still like there's a Mass Effect 1 from Twitch, there's like a Zelda Breath of the Wild 100% that's on there. There is some stuff, but most of it got removed. It's a Pokemon ROM hack that fixes everything with Pokemon, made by Smith Plays Pokemon. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to do more Pokemon stuff. I don't know. I feel like there's like 3 or 4 Pokemon games I definitely want to do before I even get into ROMs, but yeah, some are very highly recommended. Okay. Alrighty, we got a lot of blood echoes now. Well, so we did get to the final boss in the DLC.
Gammon awaits. Go. Very well. Let.
Do I want to use the blood letter? I don't know. It's about guiding more so than just whatever I want to use here. Okay, let's buy 30 bullets. Let's buy the rest of blood vials. So, at this point in time, there is now 4 bosses remaining. The last 2 in the DLC are extremely hard. Definitely going to take practice. The last 2, which are literally right there, in the base game, not as bad. But yeah, these last 2 in the DLC are going to be rough. So I'm trying to think, what's the closest point to this? I guess it would be Hunter's Nightmare. Nightmare Church. Yeah, this guy is a really weird fight. He's very cool, but he's also a bit of a pain in the ass. He really throws a lot of people off. I think we'll end the stream soon here because I got a shower and I'm going to hang out with Cindy. But I do at least want to, like, try him a couple of times, I think, to see how bad it's going to be. So we'll do that. I will be right back, though. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Thanks for watching, folks. Captain. Alright, so you need to get in the secret elevator near the research hall zone. You have to get Lawrence's skull? Or whatever, some sort of thing. Some key item. And if you get that, and if you come back near the start of the DLC, right up these stairs, you will find none other than Lawrence himself. And Lawrence is considered a very hard boss. I feel like he doesn't get as hard as the other bosses for me here, but I don't know. This one could go 2 ways, where he just destroys me, or we learn him relatively quick. And this guy is a massive pain in the ass, so we're going to run past him as soon as possible. Goodbye. So yeah, I definitely don't expect to get this guy down enough to guide him today, but I at least wanted to give him a couple of shots here. It's Lawrence. Oh, it's just going to go right into it. Okay. Alright, so Cleric Boss version 2, or Cleric Beast version 2. So I gotta remember what he does. Big old slam, then big fiery explosion. Big old slam, then big fiery explosion. Okay. My god. Oof. Oof. One combo. One combo and dead. Lawrence behaves similarly to the Cleric Beast with a similar moveset, but fire added to his attacks. His breakable body parts and head allow for visceral attacks. At 70% health, Lawrence gains new, more aggressive attacks from both the Cleric Beast and his own set. At 40% health, Lawrence breaks his legs and begins crawling, leaking lava behind him. In this phase, his body parts can no longer be broken, and he gains an entirely new set of moves. Target Lawrence's head with pistols or the piercing rifle to stagger him, then follow through the visceral attack. Staggering him works in the same manner as with the original Cleric Beast. He'll eventually repair the damage to his head, allowing you to injure it and stagger him again. You can also injure Lawrence's limbs, but unlike most other bosses, this will only stun him temporarily and does not increase the damage he receives. The Whirligig-Saw's transformed L2 attack will quite figuratively tear Lawrence to shreds, especially if you've also fortified it with the Beast Hunter gems. Fast weapons with serrated bonuses are also ideal. Try using a lead elixir. It'll give you enough super armor to walk through the flames without flinching, though you'll need to keep a close eye on your HP. The lock shield will absorb the impact and most of the damage from his AoEs, though it's not effective for blocking the actual physical swings themselves. So it doesn't give a whole lot of info here. Oh boy. Yeah, this one's probably going to be rough. Yo, what's up, Benny String Bean? Welcome in. Welcome in, Mr. Benny String Bean. Hope you've been well. How have you been? Whoop. Bottle 2. Yeah, welcome in, Betty. Welcome in any lurkers or anybody just hanging out. We're going to be ending the stream probably in a second or two here. Just wanted to fight Lawrence a couple of times to get a feel for him. This one is probably going to be tougher to guide than the final boss, I'm betting. Okay, all right, okay, all right, thanks so much. Okay, all right, thank you guys. You guys are normies. How dare you hit me that many times? How absolute dare you? Okay, excuse me, guys. I got a appointment. Woo! With big boy back here. Excuse me. Okay. So apparently the L2 on this weapon is really good against dealing with him, but I mean that's too specific for a guide. So we'll just watch him. Now, apparently, if you target his head, you can shoot it and stagger him. So that was a head hit right there. A couple of head hits there. I wonder how many shots it would take. Oh, wow. Oh, that's fast. Oh, wow. That's surprisingly good. Okay. So I guess you can just do that over and over, huh? Whoop. Just gotta make sure you hit his... Oh, he has to heal his head, though. Ugh. No! Okay, so right there, he just healed his head. So if we hit a couple of times here... 1, 2, 3, 4. feel like he didn't heal his head because I'm not getting the visceral. We've definitely hit him a bunch. Yeah. His head's just not crumpling here. I thought he healed it. That's weird. It's so cool. It's playing like a remix version of the Cleric Beast theme. Bum 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 yum bum 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 yum bum 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 ba yum bum 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 bum. Okay, how should I deal with this guy? Jesus Christ. God, that attack right. That just kills you? Ugh. He's gonna be rough. He's gonna be rough. Especially with this weapon. Slow and deliberate weapon. Yeah, because the mace is blunt, which we don't really want against this guy. This is gonna be a challenge, I think. Bam, 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 bam. I've been following along with the VA progress. Glad to see it's working out. Life has been pretty good. Few downs, but mostly ups. Have been enjoying my first gaming PC. Ooh, nice. First gaming PC is always super magical. Well, I hope the ups, ow, have been outweighing the downs, Mr. Benny. Ba 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 bim ba do ya ba ya ba be ya da da. All right, let's give this one last little practice run here. Whoop. Down, da, 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 da. But yeah, he's gonna be rough. We do have the Charred Hunter's Garb, which is good against fire, which he has. So that is something. Do 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 ya ba ba. But he's just rough to fight with this weapon here because it's just too slow against somebody as fast and swiping as he is. Let's go, Mr. Lawrence. Let's go, Mr. Lawrence. Let's go, Mr. Lawrence. I'm going to bash you in the head, Mr. Lawrence. Now, okay, what if we just stay behind him? Maybe that's the way. Just camera situation is so difficult. Da 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 da. It's like you get hit no matter where you are fighting this guy, which is what's annoying about him. God. It's just like no matter where you are, he hits you. Oh, there's the stagger. Now let's try with the L2 of this. I wonder how this works. It's still hard to do anything without getting smacked. Okay, there he healed himself. Did you stagger him? Ba ba bee ba boo. Ya ba gee ba gee. Yo da bee ba ba hee ba da shti ba boo. Oh ho 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 ho! That's a pretty big tip. The fact that you can stagger them like that. Ba 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 ba. Okay. You're shitting lava. Disgusting! So what does he do during this phase? It's so weird. It's basically a Walking Dead zombie fighting you. Ba 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 ba. Gotta be careful I don't accidentally kill him here. Probably can hit him in the front here. Probably can run towards him and hit him here. Yep. Oh, that's pretty good right there. Just shitting lava. Okay, I mean, yeah, this phase is way easier than I remember. Just that first phase, he's so aggressive. Ba ba boo ba boo. Da ba. It's disgusting, dude. Wear a diaper, man. Disgusting. Disgusting! Which one of you has been shitting lava? Alright, I mean, yeah, not as bad as I thought. It's just really that first phase if you get... It's the same thing as Cleric Beast. It's like if he just catches you in those little circular hits, it's so hard to get out of it, basically. No, we ain't killing him. I honestly probably could figure him out, but I've been streaming for total time today. Probably like 7 hours, which is too much. So I think we'll end here. We'll save him for the next one. I'm really excited to learn Orphan of Cause, though, because I had to learn him in and out at one point for a playthrough. So hopefully it's not going to be too bad. I know there's a lot of things you can use to mess him up. And, yeah, we'll get primed to go grind that one place because I'm going to need bullets. When does Elden Ring come out on the Switch 2? I think it was pushed. I think it was supposed to be last year, but it was pushed to this year. And currently, I don't think we have a release date. So it just says 2026. Nobody really knows. I think it was delayed for some reason. So we'll see when that comes out, because I would like to guide every single boss in Elden Ring. Even the jokey ones. But we'll see. That's obviously a massive commitment, so we'll just have to see what's going on at that time. Nice shot. Yeah, I thought the second phase was really bad, but honestly, if you just keep your distance and get chip hits in, he's fine. It's really just the first phase that's rough. Yeah, really horrible. Yeah, he's eating that volcano menu, which was actually pretty shit. I didn't like that Taco Bell volcano sauce. It really tasted not good. What I do like is the McDonald's spicy snack wrap. I think that actually tastes delicious. And I love the ranch snack wraps back in the day. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Guide it. I would, but I got to spend some time with my lady. I also got to shower. Whenever I go to the gym and I don't shower, I feel genuinely disgusting. So I'm going to do the smart thing here, and we'll end the stream. But yeah, only 4 bosses remain, and we already have access to all of them, so we don't have to go through any more of the game. So it'll just be a matter of learning them, guiding them, and then that will be it for Bloodborne, ladies and gentlemen. All right, folks, thanks so much for watching. Yeah, man, we've been live every day, typically in the mornings, 9 a.m. my time, but also sometimes in the afternoons at 3, like today, after the gym. So as always, if you guys want to watch when we're live, currently there's no schedule, but typically 9 a.m. Mountain Times, and then 3 p.m. Mountain Time. One of those 2 times, you can just see if there's a red ring around the YouTube icon, or if you're on Twitch, if you're following. Yeah, same. Gamer, what's up? Art Sosa. We just ended the stream now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful night, and we may be back tomorrow morning for more Pokopia, stream number 6, which I've been loving Pokopia. Pokemon, Animal Crossing. So much fun. All right, have a good night, everybody. Bye!